immigration isn't a problem, I think is denying the facts. It is a problem, and it's a topic that we ought to be talking about.
That's Genevieve Wood, the senior contributor for the Daily Signal on MSNBC, talking about the border. Back now on Newsmax Prime with Miranda Kahn, J.D. Hayworth. And you know, there is talk that more and more illegals are going to cross that southern border.
Yeah, that's true. This time, though, it's predicted to be much worse. According to an internal document obtained by the Washington Examiner, the number of illegals crossing our border is expected to double this year. Some are saying to 127,000 just this year alone.
A whole lot of folks, and a guy who is very concerned about that lives on Arizona's border with the Mexican state of Sonora. He's the president of the American Border Patrol, Glenn Spencer. He joins us via Skype. Glenn, thanks for spending some time with us here on Newsmax Prime.
Well, J.D., Miranda, good talking to you.
Thanks very much. Glenn, what are you seeing right now on the border?
Well, you know, I'm looking out the window into Mexico. This is a major smuggling corridor. They're coming across all the time. A couple of weeks ago, they busted right through the fence over here, poured $20 million worth of drugs through that, and were not caught. I just happened to know it because I was driving along the fence and saw the hole before they could repair it. These trucks went right past the Border Patrol camera tower. Their sensors went off, but they thought it was a cow. The problems on the border are severe, and what we have is a problem of, like Michael just said a little bit ago, accountability. That's why when Mike King and I worked so hard for years to come up with a technology that would provide accountability on the border, and that's that new system we call Sidearm.
Tell us about it.
Well, years ago, I started up and ran a seismic company up in Montana, and when I moved down to the border, I thought, boy, that might be something that would work. So about 5 years ago, I installed one of these systems right on the border on my ranch, and it's taken us a long time of R&D and development. But we have something, Mike King and I, have something we believe will solve the border problem. It is buried, it is solar powered, it will detect on the entire border, seamless, anybody who approaches, including low-flying ultralight aircraft. It works, it's cheap, but have you ever heard of it? No. Not one TV station will come down here, not one reporter. And what I was asking, we're going to demonstrate this Friday. Mike King will be here. We'll have low-flying aircraft. We'll have it. You'll see it firsthand. And I don't know if the media will show up. They don't like to report on this, but we certainly hope one of the presidential candidates, if they can't come down, will send some of their senior staff people to come down here and see what is essentially a solution to the border, which we've come up with.
And Glenn, you actually patented this not too long ago. Have you pitched this to the government or any of these presidential candidates yet?
Yeah, a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, when it was actually on local TV, we did a demonstration and they were blown away. I was called back to Washington, D.C. and met with Mark Borkowski, the head of technology for the border. And I showed him how this is a solution to his major problems. And we asked for their support to install it here right along the border. They weren't interested. But this is the same office that gave us the Boeing virtual fence, and they wasted $1 billion on it. And they have a string of failures. That's the problem with the government. They have failures on the border. We showed them that something that works. They're not interested. You know why they're not interested in? Because this would produce accountability. It would count everybody crossing the border, and they couldn't hide it. That's why they don't like it.
So, in other words, by its own inaction and inattention to new technology like that you're providing, the government knowingly, willingly turns a blind eye to the influx of illegals, in your opinion?
Not only knowing, aggressively turns a blind eye. They defy the definition of border security as established by Congress. They thumb their nose at them. They do not want accountability. We know how to do it, and that's why they don't want to have anything to do with us, because we can make them accountable.
Glenn, have you tried pitching it to the states separately?
You know, we have people, we were in Arizona. By the way, we had two major DOD contractors. Northrop Grumman has looked at this for 2 years. They were ready to move on it. You know what? I think somebody in the government told them to shut up. And we also just signed a non-disclosure agreement with Lockheed Martin. they're interested. These are huge corporations that wouldn't be wasting any time with something like this if they didn't think it was really good. It is very good. We have a patent on it. And I've told I almost took the patent. I designed this thing. I'll donate net proceeds to the charity. I don't earn a salary. I want to solve our border problems.
And we want to see that problem solved, Glenn Spencer. Again, you'll be showing off your new technology on Friday, July 3rd, right there at your place on the Arizona-Mexico border. Sir, we thank you for your time. We wish you a glorious 4th of July. We hope a lot of people come to see what you have available there at Flags Across the Border. Glenn Spencer checking in from the Arizona border with Sonora. You heard what Glenn had to say. Do you agree with him? Are you frustrated? You can email us, also Facebook us, tweet us, and use our website, newsmaxtv.com/comments. There's more to come here on Newsmax Prime.